So after completion of our education, all of us or most of us should go for the search of job or seeking for a good job. A good job, satisfaction and a handsome salary is everyone's dream also. So in that way, the first step towards the job seeking process in your life is writing the job application. If you are well aware of the pattern and the remaining parts of job application, your duty is almost half done. A well begun is half done. In that way, we people have to learn how to write job application. We think in general, job application is nothing but dropping a resume and expecting a call. But exactly it is not the right thing. Then what is we have to learn, or what is job application? Dear friends, job application is a blend, or it contains two parts. One is the covering letter and another one is the curriculum vitae or resume. So then what is covering letter? I hope you people are well aware of what is a resume. But regarding the covering letter, let us see what is a covering letter. A cover letter or a covering letter is an introduction for your resume. What are the qualifications you have? Why you want to appear for that interview? Why you want to work for that institution or company? What the best you can serve if you get selected for that company? What they can expect from you if you are get selected? So these are all the things should be mentioned in the covering letter or a cover letter. So that what are the things you have to include in that? The introduction. In the introduction part, you have to mention from which source you came to know regarding the vacancy in that company, why you are applying for it, and what the best you can contribute to that company or that institution if you get selected, and expressing gratitude. And if they wish to contact you, there is a must, your contact number and address must be there. So these are all the things should be included in your covering letter. Let us see what next we have to follow. We have to follow the certain steps or elements. Elements are nothing but the parts of a letter. In the beginning, you have to write the sender's address. I mean your address. Complete postal address must be written. Along with that, the date of the application must be clearly mentioned. There is a fixed format for that date writing also that I am going to discuss with you later. Then comes receiver's address. Receiver is here the employer who is going to give you the employment or the job. Next one is salutation. Salutation is greeting. So here subject. Many people get confused with the subject. In fact, subject is not English. Subject here is the subject of your application, which means what purpose you are applying. That has to be mentioned. Next, reference. Reference is the source from what or from where you come to know regarding the vacancy. You have to mention it also. Then the body of the letter. The body of the letter must include the introduction part and explanation part and expressing gratitude part. In the introduction part, you are informing the employer from which source you got the information, why you are applying for, what are your eligibilities, and how you can give the justice for the job if you are get selected, and you have to express your gratitude in that. And complimentary clause. So every time very positively we should looking for some positive response from that employer that has to be mentioned, and your signature. And in the examination, if you are appearing or if you are writing this answer in the examination, you are not supposed to write your name. An imaginary name will be given to you, and signature you have to write the signature only, or as SD in the bracket. So let us see with one example how the job application must be. Yes, the sample letter in your examination will be like this. Write a letter or application in response to the following advertisement which was published in the Hindu dated 15th August 2018. So a particular newspaper name will be given and the date will be mentioned in your question. And later the question appears or that advertisement appears in this way. Wanted accounts assistant, and the qualification, required qualification, minimum qualification is PUC 2. Knowledge of computers is necessary. Fluency in English and Kannada essential. And these are the basic requirement of that employer who has advertised in that newspaper. And the address to write the job application, the administrator, SJV Institutions, Nehru Road, Davangere. So this is a sample question which may appear in your examination paper or else in the newspaper also. If you are appearing for the second PUC exam, you have to follow this pattern. And if you are writing a factual, realistic job application, and your application will include the name and address. But in the examination, you are writing your imaginary name. Let us see how best we can write the job application for this question. So first of all, as I told you, sender's address. You will be given imaginary name as XXX in your annual exam. The same pattern will be followed in midterm examination as well as preparatory and finally annual examination also. So your address, imaginary address is 3 Y's, Y. So that much only you have to write. You are not supposed to write your address at all. And next, I told you the date format, 16th August 2018. So in the similar way, the date which appears in your advertisement, accordingly you have to write. 1 day next or 2 days next you can apply. Not 1 year or 2 years, which may give a bad impression in the evaluator's mind. Next, by leaving a line, you can see the space there. By leaving a line, you can write the receiver's address. The administrator which is given in the advertisement itself, SJV Institutions, Nehru Road, Davangere. After that, you people have to leave one line and then comes the salutation. And in the salutation, there are so many confusions, my dear students, and you might have come across the same thing. So sometimes we write dear friend, dear sir, dear madam. Sometimes we write only sir or madam. Sometimes we write respected sir and madam. Of course, in English, sir and madam is an honorary recognition given to somebody. So that there is no need to write respected because it gives the meaning it's respected only. So that you can just write sir or madam itself. And you have to observe one more thing here. All the lines are aligned to the left side margin only. This is very important. You people have to bear in your mind. Everything must be aligned to the left side margin only. No spacing, no paragraph rules we are applying here. Everything without any change we are aligning to the left side margin. Next comes with a comma, we have to end the salutation. Next comes subject. So subject is very essential and it is fixed for your annual exam or job application, that application for the post of. The remaining part you can copy from the question actually. So in the question they will mention you for what post you are writing or what is the requirement for them. So that post you have to mention here. So as we had a question for the accounts assistant, you can write accounts assistant here. And the reference I told you, briefly you can write the reference. You cannot write lengthy sentences here. Your advertisement published in the Hindu dated 15th of August 2018. So why you are applying? You have come across that advertisement in that given newspaper so that you wish to apply for the same, and here you have mentioned it also. Let us see next what comes. Of course, it is the body of the letter. So in the first part you have to observe, keenly observe the part. It is in response to your advertisement mentioned above. So you are clarifying that you have already mentioned the advertisement in the previous part. So introduction, you are introducing. So that you came to know something is there, some vacancies are there. So that what you are doing? Since I met all the requisite qualification and working experiences, so I am eligible for that, what you are looking for. That is why I would like to offer my candidature for the same. So with one sentence, everything is completed. So here you have introduced yourself, what you are doing, why you are doing, everything is included in one sentence. The second part, I have completed my PUC with 86% marks and I am good at computers. So the requirements, according to the requirement you are writing here, you are giving the details of your candidature. So the second PUC is expected qualification of that employer. So that you have to write here. And I can speak English, Hindi and Kannada fluently. So they are in need of 2 languages and you are writing 3 here. It's an advantage for your candidature and the weightage will be increased. Besides, I have an experience of 1 year as an accounts assistant. So working experience is which adds something extra to your candidature. Remember, in some advertisements they will announce it 2 years of experience is a must. So in that case you have to mention minimum that kind of experience, but in this advertisement we don't have any requirement of experience, but also we have mentioned it gives the additional weightage for your candidature. And you have to state that how your service would be or will be in the future for the institution. I shall serve the concern to the best of my abilities if given a chance. That is very essential. If I give an opportunity, how can I serve to your institution? How can I bring out the best from your side? And how can I give the best from my side? That promise must be there. I have enclosed my resume with this application. So that details, the candidature's detail should be given, and that is what you have mentioned here. I hope it will meet your requirements, and with the hope I have kept all the informations. And you can add, I'll be pleased to supply the relevant details if required also. Whatever you can write there, but you should give that, the remaining details will be given to them. In the next part, so thank you. So that phrase or that line also should be in the margin, aligned to the left only, and yours faithfully. Signature, you are not allowed to do any signature in your answer script, so that you have to write signature, and your imaginary name is 3 axis. So that this is the covering letter of your job application. If you write this much and if you sit silently, definitely will not get 5 marks. You have to add your resume which is prescribed by the board. This is the pattern of the resume or curriculum vitae what you have to write in your examination. So it must include minimum these details. Name, which is already given 3 axes. Your father's name you can write with alphabets. Date of birth you can write there. I have kept here an imaginary date. Nationality, permanent address which is given already, and languages. Now there is a requirement of languages, the same thing you have to write here. This is the first part of your resume. Let us see the second part, that is the personal detail part. This is the educational qualification part. In this part you have to mention your qualification from 10th onwards, 10th or equivalent. We have SSLC in Karnataka, the board is mentioned here, and year of passing you have to mention in your application, and percentage also. In fact, they have mentioned minimum 86%. We have mentioned in the covering letter, we have mentioned in the covering letter that 86%, so that I have written here 86. So remaining parts you have to fill. This is the qualification, educational qualification. If they are expecting a graduate or master degree holder, then you have to add on. But remember, it should come from 10th, second PUC, graduation, post-graduation. So we have at present 10 plus 2 plus 3 plus 2 pattern in our country. So when the new education policy implies there are so many changes. So here, lastly, you have to mention your interests or hobbies. Then don't forget to declare this. Whatever you have written are true of best of your knowledge has to be mentioned. I hereby solemnly declare that the information given above is true and correct to the best of my knowledge and belief. So that you are attesting the resume. Here, place you have to mention, date of the application, then your signature here, signed I have mentioned SD, and your imaginary name is XXX. So dear all, you have to do this much to get 5 marks in the job application, in the examination. But if you write the same very well organized, definitely you will get a dream job in your life. So this is all about job application.